welcome to Daily Sourdough. It's picnic time and I have a picnic coming up, and I was trying to think what chewy, yummy, chocolatey dessert I could take on this picnic. And I remembered back when I was young, my mother used to make a brownie with a gooey, crunchy topping on it. So I'm taking that recipe and I'm giving it a sourdough twist. Hopefully it will turn out great. Let's start by going to the stove and melting some ingredients together. So in my saucepan, I have half cup of butter and half cup of oil, and I'm just using avocado oil, kind of my go-to oil if I don't want a flavor. And to that I'm adding about a cup of chocolate chips. And this is semi-sweet chocolate chips, but use whatever you would like. It can be dark chocolate if you want a really dark brownie. Once those chocolate chips have melted, then add half cup of your favorite cocoa. And of course, I'm using McTaggart's cocoa because it's my ultimate favorite. That's the only one I ever want to use now. So delicious. We'll just melt all of that together. And while that's melting, add half teaspoon of salt. Now we'll let that just cool slightly on the stove while we mix together some of the other ingredients. In a separate bowl, whisk together 4 eggs. Then add 1 cup of white sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar. And normally when I'm making brownies, I want a really crispy, crackly crust on the top of my brownie. And so I'll go to extra measures to make that happen. But I'm putting a topping over it, so I don't care about the crust. So we'll just pour in the sugar. So we don't need to use an electric mixer. We can just hand mix the batter together. Next, add 4 tablespoons of water and a teaspoon or 2 of vanilla. Whatever pours into the bowl. Now we'll go back to the stove and we're going to add 1 cup of sourdough discard. And it does not need to be fed discard. If you want to just use it straight out of the refrigerator or off your countertop, it's great. So either fed or unfed starter. And I really like making brownies this way because you don't have any added flour. All of your grains have already been fermented with the sourdough process. So they're so much easier on your stomach if you use fermented grains in your desserts. Now we add this chocolate mixture to our egg mixture. Grease a 9x13 pan with a stick of butter and pour your brownie batter into the pan. And this makes a large batch, 9x13, which you're gonna love. You're gonna want a big batch of this so you can share it with others. Now put this in a preheated oven at 375 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. After the brownies are baked, put 5 cups of miniature marshmallows over the top of the brownies. Spread them evenly and then put them back in the oven so that the marshmallows melt. After the marshmallows have melted, put them out on your counter to cool, and they'll sink and kind of stiffen up. Then we can spread the chocolate topping over the top of the marshmallows. In a medium saucepan, Melt 2 tablespoons of butter and add 2 cups of chocolate chips. Then stir that until they're completely melted. You can easily do this part in the microwave as well. Just melt all the ingredients together in 30-second intervals and then stir in between. You just want to make sure you don't scorch your chocolate. Next, add 1 1/4 cups of creamy peanut butter. And obviously, you don't have to be exact in your measurements. You just want this all to cream together so that your chocolate and peanut butter and butter are all creamy and smooth. And then add 3 cups of Rice Krispie cereal. Now take spoonfuls of this warm chocolate mixture and just gently put it over the top of your marshmallows. Because marshmallows are still soft, you'll have to spread this chocolate mixture very carefully. So the Rice Krispies is what makes that crunchy topping, and it's just such a fun texture because you have the gooey marshmallows and the crunchy, crispy Rice Krispies. And then you have the fudgy brownies underneath. Oh my goodness. It's a fun treat. Look at these decadent brownies. They're so fun to serve to company because they're just so different. Very chocolatey, very sweet and yummy. So we'll let these cool down and kind of stiffen up, and then we'll cut into them and take a bite. Friends, here they are. These incredible brownies. I don't even know what to call them, but they are gooey and chocolatey and crunchy. So fun to eat. I haven't tasted these since I was a teenager, like 40 years ago. Let's give them a try. That is fun. Wow, so rich and chocolatey. And a fun trip down memory lane. So be sure and give these brownies a try. It'll be so fun for you. Made with sourdough, which is always a bonus. And be sure and stay tuned for more recipes coming up on Daily Sourdough.